I was at a party at Diddy crib in LA. This was Diddy had put everybody else out the crib, like the influx of people he had put him out. But he had took a liking to me in particular around the time, man. It was really, you know what I mean, like putting his arm around me.
Right.
Oh, campaign that say free Beyonce. She is a prisoner in a gilded cage.
The maelstrom around Diddy has taken an unexpected turn, particularly with DaBaby's recent comments regarding his relationships with Beyonce and Jay-Z. In an excerpt from DaBaby's conversation with Shannon Sharpe, which has now gone viral, he made some serious charges that have sent shockwaves across the entertainment industry. The conversation revolves around Diddy's so-called freak-off party, during which it was rumored that Beyonce and Jay-Z were there. This has fueled widespread conjecture about Jay-Z's interactions and conduct with Diddy, notably their commercial connections. For a while now, there have been murmurs in the business that Jay treats Beyonce in a manner that is similar to Diddy's handling of his ex, Cassie. Many fans and insiders have discounted the claims, citing the power couple's polished public image. However, DaBaby's statements have sparked a whirlwind of rumors, leading people to reconsider their assumptions about Jay and Beyonce's relationship. The thought that Jay is exploiting his wife in the same manner Diddy reportedly exploited Cassie is difficult for many to accept, but the growing number of testimony from individuals who work closely with Beyonce has made it harder to ignore. The implications of DaBaby's discoveries extend beyond celebrity gossip. They shed light on fundamental concerns about power dynamics within relationships in the entertainment business. Allegations that Beyonce is kept awake for days and forced to engage in immoral practices present a worrisome image. It implies a darker aspect to the celebrity lifestyle, which many followers romanticize. The scrutiny of Jay-Z and Beyonce is growing, particularly as more people wake up to these unsettling stories. Meanwhile, Diddy's legal issues have fueled the flames. In an unexpected turn of events, he was refused bail twice after being apprehended by Homeland Security. His efforts to get a $50 million bail and put up different properties have all been denied, demonstrating that the court system is treating his claims seriously. Diddy's case has suddenly escalated, leaving even his defense team scurrying for answers as he faces up to 100 years in jail. The fact that two independent judges have denied bail emphasizes the gravity of the charges against him. The possibility that he may spend substantial time in prison, particularly considering his celebrity profile, raises concerns about responsibility in the business. Diddy's image as a villain in Hollywood has been cemented, and this legal saga looks to be the climax of his contentious history. As the events develop, the relationships between Diddy, Beyonce, and Jay-Z get increasingly difficult. The consequences are significant not just for the individuals involved but also for the entire entertainment business. If Jay-Z and Beyonce's carefully managed public image cracks under the weight of these charges, it may completely change the narrative around celebrity relationships. These findings have had a major cultural influence. Fans often admire couples like Jay and Beyonce, seeing them as untouchable figures. However, as DaBaby's statements and Diddy's legal difficulties unfold, it becomes evident that the facade may be more flimsy than it looks. This reveals the often hidden dynamics of power and control, as well as the darker undercurrents that may exist even in the most apparently flawless partnerships. As the public continues to scrutinize these connected tales, one can't help but worry how this will impact the careers of everyone involved. Will Beyonce and Jay-Z weather the storm and preserve their reputation as industry powerhouses? Or will these disclosures result in a substantial reevaluation of their legacy? For Diddy, the stakes could not be greater. His future is uncertain, as he faces the risk of a long jail term. The industry is keeping a close eye on the consequences of these allegations, which may change the landscape of celebrity relationships and the implications of unrestrained influence in entertainment. In a world where image is everything, the truth may be more destructive than any scandal, and it seems that the truth is now coming out in ways that are difficult to dismiss. The growing story of Diddy has taken a tragic turn, especially with alarming information from the latest probe into his actions. 6 months ago, during a search on his home, investigators discovered a worrisome collection of materials, including rifles, ammo, and over 1,000 bottles of lubricant. The sheer number of revelations raises major concerns about the scope of his alleged illegal activities. Damon Williams, a U.S. prosecutor, offered a horrifying outline of Diddy's allegations, noting that 3 semi-automatic firearms with erased serial numbers as well as a drum magazine were recovered. These data alone indicate a degree of planning and purpose that is highly concerning. However, it is not simply the weaponry that has piqued the interest of law enforcement. The larger ramifications of Diddy's alleged criminal network have startled many. Prosecutors accused Diddy of directing a criminal operation whose members participated in forced labor, abduction, arson, and bribes. These accusations depict a picture of a man who reportedly abused not just his position and influence, but also the weaknesses of people around him. According to the indictment, Diddy pressured women and colleagues into fulfilling his desires by engaging in physical violence such as hitting, punching, pulling, hurling things, and kicking. What's more concerning is the notion that Diddy did not run this business alone. Prosecutors alleged that additional celebrities and prominent people were reportedly involved in similar unlawful operations. This finding broadens the scope of the investigation, implying a network of influence that might implicate a number of high-profile individuals. The charge reads: for decades, Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, aka P. Diddy, aka T.E., aka P. Love, has relied on the employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled. The portrayal of Diddy's alleged business as a criminal enterprise emphasizes the gravity of the allegations. The mention of forced labor and abduction, along with his high-profile appearance, provides a sharp contrast that many fans and onlookers struggle to understand. Diddy has long been linked with music, fashion, and charity, but these recent charges reveal a far darker side to his reputation. As additional facts surface, it becomes evident that prosecutors are setting up a case that aims not just to hold Diddy responsible, but also to reveal a broader network of people who may have assisted or encouraged the crimes. The suggestion that important people may be involved raises the stakes considerably. It reveals a possible network of corruption that extends beyond Diddy himself, perhaps including others in the entertainment business who may have ignored or even engaged in his acts. These discoveries could be disastrous for Diddy's image in the court of public opinion. While many in the entertainment industry have long seen him as a tycoon, the claims create a picture of someone who allegedly exploited his position to commit severe crimes. If proved correct, these activities might demolish the carefully crafted image he has cultivated over decades. Furthermore, the gravity of the charges raises concerns about people's responsibility in the entertainment industry. How many people have turned a blind eye to unethical actions in the pursuit of wealth or influence? The inquiry into Diddy might spark a larger scrutiny of the business, where power dynamics sometimes insulate people from the repercussions of their conduct. As the legal process progresses, court and media coverage will be crucial. The convergence of celebrity culture and criminal conduct is a complicated world, and Diddy's case might be a watershed moment for responsibility in the business. With the probable participation of other celebrities, the consequences could go far beyond one person. To summarize, the information surrounding Diddy's alleged criminal activity has surprised fans while also exposing the darker side of celebrity society. As the inquiry progresses, the focus will be on how the judicial system responds to these severe charges and whether they will result in a reckoning within the entertainment industry. The decision has the potential to transform public opinions about Diddy, as well as the larger network of power and influence around him. The identities of these individuals, since they are still gathering evidence against them to go to trial with, but this remark opened the door for a whole lot of conjecture as to who those people are, and as you can obviously imagine, the names that were at the top of everyone's list were Jay-Z and Beyonce. The speculations about Beyonce and Jay being connected became worse when footage of the kid being interviewed on Shannon Sharpe's program a few months ago began going viral, and in this interview, the infant spilled some beans. That nobody was expecting to hear. He opened up about the time that he met Beyonce and Jay-Z at one of Diddy's industry parties at Diddy's house. He held back on going into details about what exactly the party was about, but he said there were some powerful people there and that Beyonce actually walked up to him to introduce herself, almost as if she were trying to flirt her way into something more than just a conversation. DaBaby also said that Diddy kicked out all the other Beyonce.
I was at a party at Diddy crib in LA. This was the beginning of 2020. You know what I mean? Diddy had put everybody else out the crib, like the influx of people he had put him out. But he had took a liking to me in particular around the time, man. It was really, you know what I mean, like putting his arm around me.
Right.
So he had put majority of the people out, but he allowed me to stay in there. Mm-hmm. Me and maybe about 15 others.
Right.
Jay-Z and Beyonce being two of the other 15 people in the room. So that'll just put into perspective of the type of company I was in at the moment, And she came over and introduced herself to me like as if she had to. Beyonce, cut it out. But I'm a big fan of your work, you know what I'm saying? Whoop de whoop, and that was just dope. That was dope as hell to me, man. That was dope.
The new discoveries about Diddy's alleged actions have thrown a long shadow over Beyonce and Jay-Z, resulting in a flood of conjecture and condemnation online. The internet went crazy when fragments of Baby's interview outlining his encounters with Diddy leaked. Beyonce quickly became a focal point, with several individuals giving her side-eye. Comments flooded social media, with one person mockingly pointing out how Beyonce introduced herself, implying a deeper relationship that raised suspicions. The implication didn't end there. People began to wonder about Jay-Z's actions, with some claiming he may have been involved in Diddy's lifestyle. The thought that Jay was allowing, if not encouraging, his wife to be exposed to problematic circumstances at Diddy's events hit a chord. Jay-Z has often been accused of domineering behavior, notably with regard to Beyonce. Some fans started reviving previous claims, alleging Jay has kept Beyonce under his control, forcing her to participate in behaviors she would not typically do if she were sober. The horrifying assertion that Jay physically abused Beyonce when she walks out of line adds weight to these allegations. Former acquaintances, including her ex-bodyguard, spread the stories, implying deeper dynamics in their relationship. Uncle Ron's early career comments provided a frightening image of control and manipulation, implying that a more dark reality lurked beyond the glossy facade. This case is especially difficult because it illustrates the frequently corrosive undercurrents of fame and power in the entertainment industry. Diddy's image as a party host who reportedly participates in unethical activity has placed a pall over anybody affiliated with him, even high-profile people such as Beyonce and Jay-Z. The idea that they may be involved merely by attending these events has outraged and perplexed admirers who have long admired their apparently flawless union. The public's response highlights a broader social need to examine the mechanics of celebrity relationships, particularly those with substantial impact. Many followers feel deceived when they discover their celebrities may be involved in circumstances that contradict their public image. As additional facts emerge, it's critical to examine the pressures that come with such a lifestyle, especially in a business known for its dark edges. The discussion around Beyonce and Jay-Z has prompted issues about responsibility and the degree to which celebrity status may protect people from scrutiny. While they have maintained an image of authority and togetherness, charges of control and manipulation call into question that narrative, prompting people to reconsider their understanding of their relationship. For Beyonce, ramifications are especially difficult. She has long been a symbol of empowerment and independence, and the prospect of her being subjected to control and cruelty tarnishes this image. The contrast between her public image and these stories produces a narrative that fans find difficult to reconcile. As debates rage online, many people are left wondering what the reality is beneath the gloss. Finally, the impact of these charges may affect the public's perception of not just Beyonce and Jay-Z, but also the larger culture of celebrity relationships. The disclosures about Diddy, along with the revival of rumors about Jay-Z, may lead to a more in-depth analysis of the underlying power dynamics that sometimes go unreported in the entertainment industry. As the incident progresses, it becomes evident that the consequences will affect not just those directly involved, but also the fans who have put their adoration in these celebrities. The truth behind the headlines remains to be known, but scrutiny is sure to increase as more people become aware of the nuances of fame.
Jay-Z. Why has Jay-Z been coming up with you lately?
Because he's a monster. I waited a long time to see if he would grow a conscience. And the more he pumps down his wife's throat to keep her in a character.
No, girl.
The talk about Beyonce and Jay-Z took a troubling turn when a viral video surfaced showing Beyonce seeming to be spaced out during a basketball game. Fans observed her struggling to keep her eyes open, tossing her head from side to side in an apparent effort to remain awake. Although her publicist instantly claimed she was merely exhausted from preparations, many viewers remained doubtful, raising questions about what was actually going on behind the scenes. Shortly after this encounter, Beyonce's aide talked with Media Takeout and revealed worrisome claims. Jay's helper pointed out a concerning pattern of conduct in his physical interactions with Beyonce. While she stated that she had never witnessed him hit her directly, she did describe many occasions when he shoved or pushed her. Initially, these behaviors looked to be innocent, lighthearted banter, but the assistant subsequently described an event in St. Tropez in which Beyoncé was extremely humiliated and uncomfortable after being manhandled by Jay. The assistant's statements complicate the continuing conversations concerning their connection. This news shocks people who have regarded the pair as the embodiment of love and cooperation. The notion that Jay-Z may show dominating behavior, albeit in lesser forms, raises serious questions about the dynamics of their marriage. Fans may find it disappointing to see a popular public figure like Beyoncé in a vulnerable position, particularly in such a public location. The contrast between her formidable theatrical image and the unpleasant view into her personal life generates cognitive dissonance, which many people are trying to overcome.
And that's just the way the world was set up. But just like the things that we were able to overcome and where we sit now today, and as far as success, I just look.
Beyoncé has always been associated with strength and empowerment, but new charges call into question that notion. As the public grapples with these unsettling revelations, it sparks a larger discussion about power dynamics in relationships, especially those in the limelight. The scrutiny they experience as a pair may affect not just their personal lives, but also their reputation as role models. For many, the hope is that the truth will eventually lead to responsibility and, if necessary, a rethinking of how love and control may become inextricably linked in detrimental ways. In a society where celebrity relationships are often idolized, these disclosures serve as a reminder that the veneer of beauty may sometimes conceal underlying concerns. As fans continue to pay careful attention, the need for openness and honesty in such partnerships grows more urgent. Finally, the emphasis should be on ensuring that love is founded on respect, trust, and mutual support, not control or manipulation. To say something, but I never felt it was my place. He treats Beyoncé like she's an object, not a person. CH. It's unclear how far Jay-Z has dragged Beyoncé into all this mess, but it's about to get exposed, and no amount of fame or power is going to be able to stop him, especially when this trial starts. As usual, people had their own thoughts about this, like this person who said Beyoncé and Jay are going down next. It seems like the elites of Hollywood are having a downfall. I up in the mess by even being married to Jay. It's been so much said about how he has Beyoncé on and everything. The thing is, I'm not surprised. B was there at a random Diddy party. Why I'll always try to separate why all faves from the BS, but y'all seem to forget they live that Hollywood life. You can't trust anyone in Holly. Weirdly, most of your favorites have kept silent about everything. Another person said Jay-Z was close friends with R. Kelly, and now Diddy seems like a pattern to me. Some innocent bystander through all of this, but now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Beyoncé allegedly being at Diddy's freak-off party? And do you believe Jay-Z was her out like DaBaby, insinuating that everyone knew what to do? Let me know in the comment section down below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.